Hello everyone, this is IndianAssassin9000 and today I am making the greatest collaboration with Lion Key Rock, who is a very famous Assassin's Creed YouTuber. I have big poster of him on my wall next to Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2 because both are straight white males who I very much enjoy. Okay, wait, that came out wrong. I don't enjoy them personally. Okay, I mean, yeah, I do, but not in real life sexually. I mean only in terms of beautifulness. Okay, I mean beautifulness on the inside, not on the outside. I swear I'm not gay. Point of this video is to teach you all my friends some very deep parkour mechanics in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now keep in mind, this is Ubisoft Quebec game, so you need at least one brain cell in order to successfully pull off these moves. Unfortunately, that is one cell higher than what most of the Assassin's Creed fanbase has, but luckily, the best pro running man here to help to achieve the greatest moving in Assassin's Creed.
Hello, I'm Leo K, and just as Indian Assassin mentioned, we're going to be bringing you the definitive guide to all the intricacies of movement in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Ubisoft have done an absolutely fantastic job of streamlining much of the mechanical difficulty of traversing the world in this installment, but some players still have trouble with it. Since players having trouble with movement is the number one cause of Ubisoft streamlining movement more and more, and since we want to prevent this from happening to future Assassin's Creed titles, we have collaborated on this guide so that we're still able to jump in the next games. Hopefully.
First, we have incredible movement called Slow Walk. This requires utmost precision and concentration, so do not attempt if you cannot achieve 100% on your mathematics examinations, otherwise I will fail you and beat you with rolled up newspapers. To do this move, you must first look at your keyboard. Now the second requirement here is you have to know how to read the letters on your keyboard, but I assume if you're playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you don't know how to read, otherwise you would have read the title of this game and decided to play something else. Now keep spamming the buttons on your keyboard until you hit the control button. Now you can see Alexios walking very slowly on your screen. Oh my god, this man is so gorgeous.
If you aren't on PC, tilting the left stick slightly forward will allow the Misthios to walk slowly as well. This is useful because it lets you copy and rip off the cool homage to Gladiator that Bayek had in AC Origins, whenever you're walking through tall reeds and flowers. Aside from this, it offers no discernible benefit or advantage. Pressing B, circle, or whatever you've assigned your crouch button to will cause the Misthios to lower their hitbox. This is useful because it lets you be in denial that this game has playable stealth for a little bit longer. Shrinking your hitbox like this does prevents guards from spotting you, allows you to hide in bushes, and trades away a unique and iconic system of deceiving enemies by hiding in crowds for the much simpler mechanic of ducking down. For a slightly more advanced technique, you can move the left stick or use your movement keys to crouch walk in any direction. This allows you to move around without making noise, so that you can get in just the right position to fail a critical assassinate against a common enemy one level above you. Extremely helpful. I recommend you memorize this technique because a lot branches out from it. Now, before Origins, running was very difficult and tiring. The player would have to hold down a button in order to have the assassin run.
This is very true. I was playing the Assassin's Creed Revelations 2 Brotherhood and my fingers were hurting so much from pressing 3 buttons. I generally only use one finger on each hand because my brain has lost all neural connection to my other ones after playing Assassin's Creed for 10 years. So I applaud Ubisoft for catering to loyal fans like me.
Thankfully, game design has been updated, and ever since Origins, you can run full speed ahead simply by tilting your left stick all the way in that direction. Unfortunately, the following techniques are quite execution heavy, so we were not able to get too much footage of them. By tapping the dodge button, Alexios will do a short dodge, and by holding the dodge button, Alexios will do a long dodge. That moves you at much farther distances. You may choose to turn yourself into a human bowling ball and roll from place to place whenever you don't have access to your horse, since this is technically a faster method of moving than sprinting. Is this foreshadowing for a Ubisoft licensed Sonic the Hedgehog game? We don't actually know yet, but it is possible. Speaking of your horse, at the beginning of the game, you're able to choose which of 3 horses you want. Unfortunately, a bug exists that was never patched, which causes you to get Phobos no matter which one you picked. Phobos will take on the color of the horse that you selected, but no matter what you do, you'll be stuck with him. This is very strange, as the game just before Odyssey actually didn't have this bug. There were multiple different mounts, and not limited to just horses either. Anyway, what matters is that when you call Phobos by holding down on the D-pad, or holding X, he will run up to you and you can get on his back.
Okay, but wait. I also need to say this one thing. Phobos is very bad horse. I much prefer Assassin Origin Camel. Origin Camel was my best friend. I named him Desmond Miles and together we traveled the very beautiful Egypt together and I took many screenshots in photo mode. In Ashraf Ismail Camel game, photo looking the best ever beautiful open world, but in AC Odyssey, horse graphic not so good and very ugly Quebec game. So this is why in Assassin's Creed Ragnarok, I hope Jorah Viking go to Egypt and bring Camel to England so I can ride Desmond Miles very hard again.
The things you can do atop Phobos allow you to enhance your movement experience by doing everything you can do on the ground, just a little bit faster. Also, being on Phobos allows you to auto-travel to a distant waypoint, which is the strongest movement ability in Odyssey since it allows you to stop playing the game for short periods of time. Very useful.
Actually, even more useful tip is if you did not play Assassin's Creed Odyssey in the first place.
When it's time to sleepwalk to your next objective, you can jump off of Phobos without having to stop moving. This is not as useful as auto-traveling, but it is much more difficult to do. On a controller, you can hold your ability wheel open with L1 or left bumper, and then tap your climb button to leap off. If you're on keyboard, you can hold space, then tap shift to jump off. While this is exciting, there is a secret ability attached to this move if you've leveled up your hunter's skill tree enough to have access to slow motion aiming whenever Alexios is in the air. After you jump off Phobos, holding your aim button will allow you to go into epic cinematic slow motion, and then miss several arrows on the enemies in front of you. Remember, no amount of leveling up your character's stats will make a difference if you can't actually hit anything. That's actually a very good lesson to take away for this entire game, honestly. Stats don't make you good. You make you good. Stats make you bad. Unless you have enough of them.
Actually, I very much disagree with Lion Key on this point. I very much love the stats. They are so epicness. And when I build 50 million warrior damage and one-shot Ptolemarch in AC Odyssey, I feel myself very powerful, like Green Monster from DC Comic Avengers. In Assassin's Creed Revelations Brotherhood 2, 3, I jump off building and Ezio die, and I think to myself, this Italian pizza guy, he did not have fall damage engraving on his body, bloody fool. I play as Alexios and make Enzio Auditorium look like he is a small baby child from America, and plus my Alexios had more sex with many women compared to Enzio. He only did with Christianity women beginning of game, but with Alexios, I have very longer list than my achievements in life, which are none. My parents hate me. But this game is very nice for empowerment of male body.
In the original Assassin's Creed, you can vault by approaching a beam-type obstacle, jumping to it after an earlier jump, and then holding high-profile forward empty hand and legs. Sounds like a nightmare, right? It was, yeah. Not only was the move difficult to do, it also had the audacity to be useful and let you move around or switch direction in interesting ways.
Okay, this sounds like personal attack, because parents say I am also not useful, because I do not have job. But gaming is my passion, and one day I will make great Assassin's Creed game for you all. If you enjoy AC Ragnarok Kraken fight, I will make games set in feudal Japan, and you can fight ninja from Lego Ninjago.
Anyways, don't worry, vaulting in Odyssey is not only useless, but very simple. Just run at an obstacle and hold your crouch or climb down button. Easy. I should briefly talk about climbing walls. Although climbing walls is time consuming and is basically just like walking on the ground, but, upwards, it's not actually possible to fail at it. No matter how hard you try, you can't detach from a wall unless you're in a safe position to do so, like being next to a horizontal surface you can land on or having a haystack below you that you can land in. But even if you somehow manage to detach from a wall in an unsafe position, don't worry, because you can never ever die from fall damage in this game. This helps you hold climb and move in the direction of your next objective while glancing off to the side and reading Twitter in the meantime. The only thing I can criticize about it is that there's no auto move for when you're running on the ground and not riding a horse. That would be the only thing that could make it even better, since even if you fall off a drop that would shatter all the bones in a normal person's body and possibly ram one of them up into their skull, causing massive internal bleeding and inevitable death, the Misthios doesn't need to worry about this kind of problem. Lastly, but not leastly, you could put some of these movement techniques to the test and challenge yourself to climb the giant lightning Zeus statue in Kefalonia. Hanging off of his penis and looking at the majestic view around yourself will remind you that even at the worst of times, the Greek gods could never be accused of lacking the stones to get things done.
I should probably not climb on this.
Okay, my friends, I have to tell the truth. I very much hate Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Quebec game very bad. But damn, does Zeus have a large penis. In fact, this is probably the biggest penis seen in Assassin's Creed. But I have faith. Ashraf Ismail can give bigger penis in Assassin's Creed Ragnarok. I think if Jorah have penis of Eden, you can romance any NPC in game, including animal and buildings, and I think this would definitely be the innovation and breath of fresh air Assassin's Creed needs.